Raise your right hand and repeat after me. I state your name. Do solemnly swear. To support and defend. The Constitution of the United States. Against all enemies. Foreign and domestic. And to bear true faith. And allegiance to the same. That I will obey. The orders of. The President of the United States. And the orders of. Those officers appointed over me according to regulations and the Uniform Code of Military Justice. So help me God.
We celebrate Veterans Day on the anniversary of the armistice that ended World War I, the armistice that began on the 11th hour of the 11th day of the 11th month. The timing of this holiday is quite deliberate in terms of historical fact, but somehow it always seems quite fitting to me that this day comes deep in autumn when the colors are muted and the days seem to invite contemplation. It is, in a way, an odd thing to honor those who died in defense of our country, in defense of us, in wars far away. The imagination plays a trick. We see these soldiers in our mind as old and wise, but most of them were boys when they died, and they gave up two lives, the one they were living and the one they would have lived. When they died, they gave up their chance to be husbands and fathers and grandfathers. They gave up their chance to be revered old men. They gave up everything for our country, for us. And all we can do is remember. I will not fail thee, nor forsake thee. In memory of those who gave the last full measure of devotion, may our efforts to achieve lasting peace gain strength. Let us make a vow to our dead. Let us show them by our actions that we understand what they died for. Strengthened by their courage, heartened by their value, and borne by their memory, let us continue to stand for the ideals for which they lived and died.
In the long history of the world, only a few generations have been granted the role of defending freedom in its hour of maximum danger. I do not shrink from this responsibility. I welcome it. I do not believe that any of us would exchange places with any other people or any other generation. The energy, the faith, the devotion which we bring to this endeavor will light our country and all who serve it. we shall pay any price, bear any burden, meet any hardship, support any friend, oppose any foe to assure the survival and the success of liberty.
Hello everyone and welcome to tonight's running of the Thank You Veterans 200 right here on 10-4 Broadcasting. I'm Timothy Hammond alongside my great friend Will Tellier. Welcome, Will.
Thanks, Tim. I am absolutely excited to be here tonight in the Thank You Veterans 200. A pretty good field here tonight at Daytona. It's a home track for both of us. Even though you're up in Indiana right now, and Daytona is a track that everybody knows. It's going to be exciting action here tonight.
Oh, it really is. And we want to thank Variety Pack Racing for coming on board for tonight's race here at Daytona. They've qualified. They're getting set up. I think we're just moments away from taking the green flag. Now, Will, it's been a while since you and I have broadcast a race together. What are you excited for here tonight?
I'm excited for the mixture of drivers. You know, this field, we know some of them, you know, the likes of Joey Doucette right there and other names, of course, Chris Blanchard. But there's other names that we have Hunter Parsons as well in that 20 machine. But there's other names that we have no idea, literally no idea about. I haven't had any scouting or any idea of these other drivers. We don't know what they're going to do in the Xfinity car. You know, there has been a fast repair thrown into this race as well. Drivers will have to contend with that. You know, I'm excited for just the overall action here tonight. It's going to be a great race here on a Saturday night.
You know, and this is going to be an interesting thing to watch because, as you said, we know some of these guys. I've been on the track every Monday night with some of these guys, and they're going to know how to work together against these guys that maybe haven't been around them as much. So that will be interesting to see who works with who heading into the green flag run tonight. And by the way, Will, 80 laps here at Daytona, and they just threw the checkered flag for qualifying. So the lineup is set, and we are getting ready to go racing. Now, I'm going to ask you, do you want to attempt that pole winner?
Crime board. I'm going to go with crime board.
That might be the toughest one that I've seen.
I mean, Travis, we're going to get your name down pat here tonight in the Thank You Veterans. Definitely off of that qualifying run. Travis Kryenborg there at the top of the grid.
Yeah, and look at that. Joey Doucette down there in second. And we got Hunter Parsons in 8th. Clayton Hack in 5th. You're going to have quite a few difficult names here. Kenneth Bartholomew. And then Trevor Aswarnoth? What? Yep, totally killed that. Sorry, Trevor. But this is going to be a fun race. I'm really excited for this. This is going to be, well, actually, who's in the 15? Who's Dustin Caruthers? Unfortunately, I think he just sealed his fate. He's got a Cowboys paint job on that thing. I'm not sure that was a good choice for tonight's race. Trying to get there we go. That's what I wanted. But as we sit and wait for them to grid up and head down around turn 1, wait, Will, am I seeing what I'm seeing? Are those guys not wearing clothes in the pit box at number 20?
I think so, or that could just be one of those
it's
different
just
fire streets down there.
Oh, I just didn't expect that. I'm pretty sure I saw Woody a couple stalls down too. So Very interesting. It must still be Halloween here at Daytona International Speedway. They are wearing their costumes for Halloween. Woo! That's a good one. Oh, of course, it's Hunter Parsons with those naked pit crew guys. Hunter, you got some explaining to do after this race. So as they're getting ready, let me compose myself here, Will. Who is going to be your pick here tonight? It's going to be difficult.
You know, I'm gonna have to go with the '78 machine of David Duke. I've seen him run at Daytona before. Very, very skilled.
I'm sorry, I'm still trying to compose myself up here in the booth after it's 10 o'clock. It might as well be the after hours here at 10-4 Broadcasting tonight. Oh, I apologize. That's just too funny. Oh, man. I can't even think because of this. Hunter Parsons, look what you've done. You've ruined the entire broadcast just because you're pit crew members. But pace car lights are off, Will. We are getting ready to go green here at the Thank You Veterans 200. We want to thank all of our veterans out there. And if you are watching, we hope that you are going to love tonight's race. Guys are getting bunched up here together. Going to go green. Green, green, green is in the air. Travis comes down and takes the green flag and jumps out to an early lead. But he's not going to want to be too far ahead. Jumps up in front of Joey Doucette in that number 13. Joey's going to jump down in front of that number 54 of Adrian. Already getting a little dicey here. There is a fast repair, but they don't want to use that too early, Will.
Absolutely not, as we come off of 2 here on the very first lap of the Thank You Veterans 200. Joey Doucette leading the way. There goes the 54 Domain up there to the top. He's leading the way in that Kurt Busch Tribute 54 machine now to the low side of the racetrack, leading the way into 3 and 4.
Man, that was a tight squeeze down there, down the backstretch. Oh, and the 78's pushing his luck. These guys, oh man, you'd think that this was the final lap coming to the checkered. These guys are slicing and dicing already. As you said, number 1 heading that outside lane, the 15 right behind him. And Hunter Parsons coming up in that 20 on that outside lane as the 47 jumps to the outside. These guys are a little squirrely, Will.
Yeah, it is the top side of the racetrack, not as formed up as the low side there. And as I was picking that David Duke in that 78 machine, very good at Daytona there, that 6th spot. You see Hunter Parsons, though, right there behind him. You know that pit crew is coming ready.
I'm not this. Hunter, I'm telling you, you've caused complete chaos and dismay up in the booth. All because they're going to show up to the party ready to go. And that's for sure. They better come running across that field when he takes that checkered flag. That's all I got to say. Oh, man. I can't even look at this car without laughing. Jesus. Take a look back here. Brandon Broadfoot in that number 2. Look at that very patriotic. Oh, no, we've got a wreck.
Oh, no.
The 54, the 13, the 51. And there it is. And the number 4. Going to go back and take a look. We told you they were getting very dicey, and it's already very early in this. Oh, it's already started to happen, so we're going to take it back. Oh, yeah, it looks like somebody disappeared.
Can't do that. Can't have abracadabra in here.
No. It looks like it was a bad push, possibly. See if we can't get
we were just talking about that run there. Doing a great job there at the low side of the racetrack, holding it down.
Up here with Joey, right there. There's that push, right there. Oh.
Yep.
Just collects all 4 of them. Hard
Hard
hits to the
impact
inside. Pieces just flying all over the place from those guys. That's
Yeah.
going to hurt them because that's going to be a fast repair right there.
Yeah, and folks, if you're just tuning into this race here tonight on 10-4 Broadcasting, this is the Thank You Veterans 200. These drivers are going to get one fast repair here tonight. That
You know what?
means
The 54 might not need it.
he might not. He
I
did a
don't
great
think he
job
does.
getting that thing.
We're watching the 54 right there, Domain. You know, there's the only hit that he takes. He spins, pops it up a little bit, spins a little bit more, keeps it off that wall. Look at that. That 54 might not have to use that fast repair because that thing does not look damaged at all. Man. All right, back up here live. Going into pit stops right now. Of course, you expect AJ to come down in that number 4. Blanchard has come down in his number 14. David Duke in that 78. These guys are probably topping off possibly on fuel, I think. Some of these guys who were not involved in that Hunter Parsons there. And Adrian, who, like I thought, did not come down pit road. So he feels pretty confident in that number 54.
Yeah, looking at the run here tonight, 80 laps. You're probably looking at a window of 25 to 28 laps there on a run. So your hopes of splitting it in half is not going to be the case. We're probably looking around 2 to 3 stops in this run here tonight. You see Carruthers leading the way in that one machine. Dustin Carruthers in the 15. Cole Larson in second. Kenneth Stamper there in third. Trevor Osworth in fourth. And Aiden Kirk in fifth. Folks, that is not an episode of Star Trek. That is our top 5 here tonight in the Thank You Veterans 200. And as Tim just mentioned, some drivers elected to head down pit road there.
And I guess you could say he's part of Space Force, Aiden is, with the name of Kirk. That was a bad dad joke. But he's hoping to maybe boldly go where no man has gone before tonight, taking home that checkered flag and taking home some cold hard cash. Will.
Yeah, that's what these drivers are racing here tonight. Not only to a thank you for the veterans, but it's an opportunity for these drivers to make some cold hard cash. And there's no better way to spend a Saturday night, especially if you're like me. You lost a few of those college football bets during the day. You can make some of that money back, or you can make some good money here tonight in this race. Top 5 are guaranteed to pay out as Carruthers, Larson, Stamper, Ashworth, Kirk, Broadfoot, Bartholomew, Domain, Parsons, and Duke are going to be our top 10 here on this restart. 6 laps into the Thank You Veterans 200.
Man, I'll tell you who should have come here tonight was Steve Barnett. He keeps sending me all those parlays he's making. He needs to come here and send some extra cash to do so.
Absolutely here. And I think, you know, Tim, we didn't get your race pick of the night. We got mine in the 78 machine of David Duke. You know, who you rocking with here making picks?
You know, after what's happened on pit road, the calamity that has been caused, I'm going to go with Hunter Parsons in that number 20 to bring it home. He's got to go big or go broke.
Absolutely. And Hunter Parsons, definitely one of those great drivers in that 20 machine. And now I'm also looking at Chris Blanchard in that 14.
Yes.
And Brandon Broadfoot in that 22 machine. You know, we're all here because of that 22. Brought us all together here tonight on a Saturday night to say thank you to those veterans. And 22 now finds himself inside of that top 10.
Yeah, and he's him and Blanchard. I'm glad you brought both of them up. Very solid here at the restrictor plates. I believe Blanchard has a win at Daytona in the NASRA series. I don't remember if it was Daytona or Talladega, but he won somewhere. I think it was one of those. I just don't remember. And he's back there sporting, it says the number 14, but I think he might be actually in the number 11? No, I'm not sure which. I can't figure out which. Oh, yeah, he is back there in the 14, the black car. But as we get ready to go back green here, Dustin and Cole are going to start us off. They're already slicing and dicing to get into the lanes that they want. Looks like they're going to all go to the outside lane here.
Yeah, single file on the top side of the racetrack, low side though. Oh, big move there out of the 30 machine, a stamper to get low to throw the block on the 47 of Kirk. As we're going to go drag racing off of to John Force drag racing down the backstretch.
You know, they really got to be careful here, Will. We are heading to lap 7. We have a long way to go here. And those guys that have used their fast repair don't want to get caught in any more calamity, that's for sure.
No, absolutely not. You only get that one fast repair in this
3
race.
wide. Woo!
Yeah, it's getting dicey there in the back of the pack. Oh, big move in the Carruthers. Wow, as we come across that start-finish line, Carruthers and Larson are going at it into one.
Oh, 3 wide for 3rd place. The 47, the 22, Broadfoot doesn't want to be, and they're spinning behind him. Aiden's involved, the 54,
no!
the 78, the 51.
Oh, that's going to include
Doucette again.
Domain. Joey Doucette's
That's
going
it.
to be involved in this. That's going to be their
Blanchard's
night
involved.
gem. Heavy damage.
Oh, David Duke, the front
Wow.
won't even, the tire won't even touch the ground.
Oh, man, my race pick is not looking good. That commentator's curse does exist.
It really does. We're going to go back here. I knew things were not going to go well the moment I saw 2nd or 3rd place 3 wide, and it looks like they did it even farther back. You got Joey and Blanchard working together here on this very outside lane. We're gonna have to. I'm trying to find a better angle here. We're gonna give it a slow-mo. 78 on the inside. You got the 51 split in the C's, and the 54 comes down. Oh, and then the 78 gets into the 11. 14 gets loose and just starts collecting everybody. Oh man. Oof.
And that's all that needs to happen here at Daytona. You get just a little bit of a wiggle. The dominoes start to fall. You saw right there the 54 machine. And for David Duke, though, that's a driver that does have that fast repair still in his back pocket. But it is interesting to see that he was fading, Tim. We saw him up there at the top side of the grid, inside of the top 5. We're starting to fade a little bit there in the middle lane.
Yeah, we're going to ride on board here with Joey. You see, here's what I think happened. Blanchard had to check up, and Joey did not lift, and that just caused a little bit of chaos here. Oh, and you could hear engines just blowing one after another. I think I heard about 3. Man.
We look at that scoring pylon, and of course David Duke is still down pit road. Chris Blanchard down pit road. Adrian Domain, Travis Kramenborg, Joey Doucette, Clayton Hack, AJ Caruthin, and everybody else will head down pit road here. And some drivers still staying out, though. Kenneth Bartholomew, Aiden Kirk, Kenneth Stamper, Trevor Austinworth, and Dustin Carruthers there at the top of the grid here. 10 laps into the Thank You Veterans 200. It's me, William Tiller, and Timothy Hammond here as Carruthers leading the way. And Tim, for some of these guys, their race unfortunately is over. You only get one fast repair in this race, and guys still down pit road here trying to repair, get back in this race. 70 laps to go, still a long way.
Yes, it really is, and it's unfortunate. I know David Duke, he still had a fast repair. The issue is I believe he blew his engine, so he had to use his tow to get there. Same with Chris Blanchard. They both had to use a tow, I believe. Now Cole Larson is down and away in that number 19 Craftsman Toyota. It's a sharp-looking car there. Just in front of him is AJ. Both kind of had extended pit stops down pit road. Not sure if they were just making sure that getting enough fuel packed in there or what it may be, but we're fastly down to about 11 drivers that can possibly keep going. And you know what? I don't think Joey used a fast repair for that first accident. I think he just used it after this one.
Yeah, so the 13 machine still in good shape in the 7th position. And interesting paint scheme on that car here tonight of Joey Doucette. I can't tell if that's the Grinch on the hood or what that is.
I'm not sure. It may not have actually loaded his paint scheme in my game because there's been a couple cars that had that issues. As he comes down pit road, see him to come down pit road with Travis and Hunter just behind him. I think they're just topping off with fuel. We're going to see what they're going to do here. They come down pit road. They're in. Still in and down and away. So yeah, they were topping off with fuel. All three of those guys. And there's Adrian, who I thought had a really strong car here tonight. Lots of damage to that 54. Man.
And that's one of the things we talked about coming into this race. Tim, will drivers be able to survive with only fast repair? That was a late race decision by officials to add in that that fast repair. But now already 11 laps into this race, some guys are retired out. Chris Blanchard in that 14, now 2 laps down. David Duke 2 laps down as well. Hack a lap down. Domain, the last car on the lead lap. Things are getting tight already. We haven't even reached the halfway mark.
Yeah, and pace lights are off. We're coming into turn 3 and 4. Green flag about to come back in the air here. The pace car brings them around. We are on the lap. We're heading to lap 11. These guys maybe settle down now, but settling down hasn't been a part of their forte so far.
No, it has not, as that beautiful Ford Mustang takes us around Daytona. Carruthers has done a great job at the top of the grid, and you know, looking at the field here tonight, it's a great mix of talent. Here we go, Tim. We're cruising up to that Geico restart zone.
Green flag is in the air. What a sharp Camaro that on the outside. That number of, I believe that's Trevor, comes down in front, takes the lead. Leaves that high line all by themselves. See if we can't see what line is going to prevail here. So far, that inside line has the most momentum, Will. Ooh. Hunter Parsons comes out to the outside lane. Broadfoot's really pushing that 47 into the turn 3 and 4. Falls back a little bit. He's going to get back up to that bumper. He's got the help coming. 19. Parsons back down. He can't figure out which lane he wants to go with as that inside lane prevails heading down the front stretch. And now Broadfoot's going to Brandon Schiff.
Yeah, Ashworth there is leading the way in the 89. Carruthers doesn't know what's happening. He's lost the top side of the grid, but here comes Stamper as well. Kirk in that 47 Broadfoot. You mentioned that 22 machine has now lost the draft. He'll drift back just a little bit as the field goes single file down the backstretch here as Ashworth leads the way in that 89.
And now I think they're all finally getting single file here, just trying to survive, as you would say. Coming out of turn 4. One lone car on the outside. That's number 4 of AJ Cawthon. Somebody else just single file here. Actually, now it looks like he may get some help. Coming to that outside lane.
Definitely the low side of the racetrack, the preferred line right now. Just like Call of Duty is trying to compete with Fortnite, that OG map is the way to go. The low side of the racetrack is the way to go right now. Here comes the 47 though of Kirk He'll drift up the racetrack trying to link up with Brandon Broadfoot in that 22. We're about to go 3 wide inside the top 5. Nope, that comes down here off of 2. Oceanworth leads the way here in that
Man, what a quick change of events. 4 cars jump to the outside lane, and now they're going to take the lead. The 47's the lead. Broadfoot comes down to the inside. Oh, I thought he was going to stay with the 47, but he came down to the inside. 47 now drops with him. And there's the number 4. We've got the 78 up here. He is, I believe, 2 laps down. So he's actually fighting to get back on the lead lap wheel. And all he needs to do is get in front of the leader, and then the caution comes out, and he'll get a second lap back. Well, he'd have to get around the 51, actually. 51 is 1 lap down. David with the 78 is 2 laps down. So he'd have to get around this 51 back here, which I believe he's not he's doing about 170. So I think he'd get around him pretty quick, because David Duke's running about a 187 with the leader. So almost 20 miles an hour faster here.
Absolutely is. Carthen takes the lead in the 4 on the low side of the racetrack, as the 47 Machina Kirk and Broadfoot are going to go door to door for that second spot. Rob that blows off of
That's
2.
Duke.
They're still going to go at it. You feel that breeze. There's David Duke. Here comes Broadfoot, though, Tim.
Yes.
I think those 2 rocking similar paint schemes, but Broadfoot's coming into the party. He'll now rub doors with the 47 on the high side.
Got a little tight or loose there going into the corner. You seen that car shoot straight up the track. Not sure what happened there. Oh, a little squirrely there.
It's getting weird on the front stretch here.
Now I'll tell you, David Duke's in a similar situation that I have seen very recently in my racing. I was 2 laps down at Talladega in a league race, and I was up with the leaders fighting to get those laps back. I never succeeded. Just was there neck and neck with them, but man, what a race that was.
As we're down the backstretch here on lap 17, I can feel the start to build up. I can start to feel, the bubbles in the jacuzzi. You hit the switch there just to begin it. I can start to feel those bubbles here, Tim, as we come around 3 and 4. I'm not liking the way that this top side of the grid is looking very dicey to me up here, as David Duke's leading on that high side of the racetrack. Gotta remember, he's a lap down here at the top.
Yes, he's fighting to get back on the lead lap, and he is going to be able to do so if he can stay up there and keep that completed. Oh, there it is! Oh, he saves it. He saves it. Unbelievable. Nobody wrecks.
Oh, I told you it was coming. I could feel those bubbles in the jacuzzi. As Carthen still leading the way in that 4. Oceanworth there in second. We're single file on the low side of the racetrack. No more side-by-side racing for the time being. Stamper, though, coming off of 4. He's trying to make a run on the 89. He'll do a little IndyCar move, a little cha-cha slide, a little slide to the left, a little slide to the right. We're now side-by-side with the 47. We have a battle for the lead into the corner, Tim, here on lap 19.
And I don't know about you, but the bubbles in a jacuzzi are a great thing. I got bubbles coming elsewhere, and it's not looking good. I might need some new pants by the end of this one. Oh! David Duke trying so hard to get back up there. 3 wide on the outside. David Duke is showing that he is not one to be messed with. Doesn't matter if he's a lap down or not. He's on the very outside. He's going to pass another 2 cars all by himself.
Yeah, David Duke has to stay exactly where he's at on the racetrack. Can't afford to lose too many positions. He is swimming upstream, though. Tim, he has nobody to work with there. Nobody wants to work with the lap car now. He gets the low side of the racetrack. He's going to try to link in on the tail of this draft. Now getting back up to the high side of the racetrack, as Ashton North still leads the way in the 89 on the high side in that 47. You can't miss him. He's in a bright green machine as the field goes forward off of 2 down the backstretch.
Man, and it just seems like things are getting faster and faster. A lot of slicing and dicing. Let's take a look here. Where is Clayton? Heck, he's on the front stretch crossing the start-finish line now. The leaders, along with David Duke, are coming out of 4, I believe. Yes, out of 4 they come. So they're reeling him in fast. And if Duke gets around him, that puts him as the lucky dog.
There is a wiggle out of the 47 across the start-finish line on the front stretch. The 47 of Kirk in that Ford Mustang. How successful the Ford has been this year as we come off with two very, very tight. Watch this exit with 47 and the 89. It looks good so far, Tim, as we're down the backstretch.
Man, oh, that's 78. He's got to be careful. He is all over the back bumper of that 30. Pushing him like no tomorrow. And all it takes is one wrong wiggle. Now the 30's going to drop down to the inside. That Stamper. Stamper leaves the outside lane. Now here comes the 78 to push the 47. Ooh, 4 gets a little squirrely. 22 gets a little squirrely. You touch that apron coming through that tri-oval. It's anything but comfortable. Oh, man.
Yeah, as the field looks anything but comfortable as we come off with two. The aero in these Xfinity cars definitely different than what some of these guys are used to in those trucks. As the 47 of Kirk will take us down the backstretch as our race leader. The 89's done very good, though. That's Ashenarth there in that 89 machine. He's being pushed along by Carthen in that 4 as we come off of 4, 22 laps in the Thank You Veterans 200.
And now we've got Chris Blanchard up here in that number 14. He's also quite a few laps down. So you've got multiple drivers up here fighting to get their last back. You kind of have a race inside of a race, if you know what I mean. And these two feel that they have nothing to lose, so they're going to work together to try to get back on the lead lap.
Oh, as the 47 of Kirk there takes the lead, but it is definitely uncomfortable as the 89 is not liking the back bumper of the 47. That arrow is playing with the 89, the Ashenarth there in second. Here comes the 4 of Carthen. No, will he make a move to the top side of the racetrack? Here comes the 30 of Stamper. Broadfoot behind him there in that 22. 23 laps in. Kirk comes by us here on the 10-4 broadcasting cameras. Kirk doing a great job at the top side of the grid. They're probably one of the underdogs inside of the top 10.
Yeah, and you know, I had said at the top of the broadcast, you know, it was going to be interesting to see how these drivers work together. You got a bunch of guys who have raced together, been around each other a lot. Then you've got another group that really haven't been around each other. So you kind of, I'll say this, Will. The first half of the race, when you're around new guys, you're kind of just feeling it out. You're trying to see how they race, how things go. And now, as the field goes by, lap down cars of the 15 and the 51. Now Dustin Crothers is the first car let down. So David Duke has to pass him one more lap to be the lucky dog.
Yeah, right now that leaves 10 cars on the lead lap. Bartholomew will be the last car on the lead lap. In a single file here. 25 laps in on the 10-4 broadcasting network here. This is the Thank You Veterans 200. Kirk leading us into 3, Tim, but you see the field very, very squirrely. I can see some moves being built up here as green flag pit stops have to be right around the corner.
Well, I'm trying to think. Let's see. The last time these guys went down pit road, I can look at that. So Aiden, Trevor, well, I'll just do this. 1st, 2nd, 4th, 9th, and 10th. Oh, I'm sorry. 10th and 11th have not gone down pit road. So they would have to be coming very soon. Everyone else pitted. Oh, and there's Aiden. Aiden's down pit road. Everyone else is pitted at about lap 10 or lap 9. So they can go way farther than this other group.
Yeah, they can definitely push it, especially AJ Carthen there, Hunter Parsons, Brandon Broadfoot, Paul Larsons can push this window as well. They're running very, very fast lap times as well. And you know, the strangest thing about this race here, Tim, is the guys that are on those older equipment, their lap times are almost identical to the guys that are on newer equipment. As Kirk continues to lead the way, boy, he's making those Ford Mustangs look good heading into 3.
Oh, Will.
Oh no!
Oh,
Big wreck
man.
into 3. Big pileup into
bunch.
3. Multiple drivers will be collected in this
man.
on lap 27 as the field was getting ready to head down pit road. We just talked about some of those strategies right around the corner. Or you can go ahead and hit that rewind button and record over the tape, just like the old school days of watching WrestleMania here tonight. All those things we were just talking about, Tim, throw them out of the window because some of these drivers, their night may be over.
Yeah, we're going to go back and take a look at that replay, but we got to see it really unfold live. Quite a few drivers involved in that one. We're going to bring it back. Try to get a good view here. It happened around the 4. So he is third in line right here on the inside. He's just behind the 89. Oh, he gets clipped by... Who is that? By Duke. Oh, no, a lap down car. This is unfortunate, Will.
That's going to be a pit road discussion as David Duke was a lapped car. This is Brennan Broadfoot in the 22. Heavy front end damage there and rear end damage.
Oh, I think Hunter Parsons got lucky. Oh, right into Joey Doucette.
Joey Doucette will probably be, his night will probably be over there. Oh, man, just heavy, heavy impacts. David Duke, Clayton Hack is down pit road as well. Drivers that haven't headed down pit road or down pit road.
We're right on board with Joey Doucette here. You hear him let up. He's off the gas. Oh, nowhere to go. The 19, did he make it through that? Cole Larson? Let's go take a look. I think Cole Larson lucked out here. Oh, he's just behind Hunter Parson. He sees the wreck, he lets off. He's like, nope. Oh, he misses everything.
Oof.
Wow. I got to see that one more time because that from the outside.
Little Neo action there. Look at that.
Oh, man.
Anderson. Clayton Hack is still down pit road. Adrian Carthen down. Dustin Carruthers down as well. You know, some of these drivers are going to be out of this race. Adrian Domain is out. Clayton Hack, I just mentioned, still down pit road. Looks like his night is over. David Duke down pit road as well. I mean, just a 4 machine. We saw the heavy damage to that 4. So that looks as though 10 cars remain here on lap 29. And Tim, we talked about it before this broadcast started. These drivers had to pay an entry fee. They were racing for some cold hard cash. Top 5 will be guaranteed to pay out at the end of this race. But it is a race of survival. You have to make sure you avoid these wrecks. We did get a little Uno reverse card when it comes to that fast repair right before the race started. And some of these guys have utilized it. And some of these guys have already been retired out of this race.
Well, actually, looking back, I don't think anyone's retired. There's Adrian. He's the last car. Well, now he just gained a spot on Clayton. Clayton's still in. Adrian's still in. Everybody's still in, actually. They're just laps down. You come up to 12th or 11th is the last car on the lead lap, and that's going to be AJ Cawthron in that number 4.
We'll see Hack still down. For that 4, can't afford another wreck on the racetrack. I know Joey Doucette can't afford another wreck on the racetrack. Some of these guys, one more pile up, that's their night.
I'm beginning to wonder if they have more than one fast repair, because Joey Doucette at this point has been in like 3 wrecks.
Could be news. We haven't been informed up here in the 10-4 broadcasting booth. Could be breaking information that these drivers have more than one fast repair. There was discussion about adding one. Could be multiple. We'll have to wait and see. But if there was fast repairs, more than one, Tim, drivers wouldn't be down pit road for such a long time. With like those Clayton Hack down pit road for over 3 minutes. Some of these guys, AJ Carthen down pit road almost 2 minutes. So if we had fast repairs, these drivers would be off the road.
Here's why, and I'll tell you this: if their engine blew and they didn't make it there completely, they would have to tow themselves. That's what happened with where is he? Blanchard and David Duke both had to tow themselves. That's why they're both 2 laps down. So that's the only thing. I don't know if the other drivers had to tow themselves. Oh, and we're back to green flag. I didn't even realize it. As we now are on lap 30 of 80 laps here at the Thank You Veterans 200. We hope everybody was able to catch the video we showed at the beginning of the broadcast. I want to give a shout out to Brandon Broadfoot for bringing us on, and oh, there goes the 54. I think he just wanted to get out of the way as the 47 comes down in front of Hunter Parsons. Oh, and Parsons gives a good push.
Yeah, things are getting dicey here, and the tires aren't even warmed up as the field heads into 3 and 4. Kirk on the low side of the racetrack, trying to be like Captain Kirk in the USS Enterprise. Half of 4. Probably got that wrong. I'm not a Trekkie, but Captain
you're right.
Kirk moved away here in the 47.
That's very impressive, especially if you're not a Trekkie. Because if you weren't, I'd probably have to kick you out of here. But oh man, Will, they're just so close every single lap. As we look at Joey here in 6th place right now, unbelievable that he's in 6th place after everything he's gone through.
Yeah, everything that's happened in this race, the big pileups, drivers multiple laps down. It's great to see guys hanging in there. You can't give up just as the song goes. You get knocked down, you get up again. Seeing that here tonight. Look at Hunter Parsons up to 3rd in that 20.
Man, up to 2nd now, leading that outside lane, trying to take the lead here. Being pushed by that number 1 of Travis Cranbourne. Oh, and there's the wall! Man.
Wow. That arrow is definitely playing with these cars here tonight. Kirk leading the way on the side of the racetrack. Parsons, he'll take the lead for just a second. We're going shot for shot up here at the top, side by side here. And we see that Parsons in that 20 machine is doing a great job fighting off the 47 of Kirk.
Man, and these drivers are giving it their, oh man, they got through wide again. They just keep pushing the envelope here. Will, it's just unbelievable how much these guys are beating and banging right now.
That's what you have to do. You have to scrap it out for the spots. You can't afford to lose speed. You can't afford to lose this track as well. We've seen the big pile-ups. These guys aren't afraid to make those moves. We might see some moves heading into 3 as drivers are poking those noses out to see what the right opportunity could be as the 20 machine of Hunter Parsons leading the way. The 14 up there as well. As we come off of 4, we're identical 2 by 2 for the lead.
Oh, and the 47 gets through, the 15 is through. Man, I thought we were going to have a big one right there across the start-finish line. A lot of guys checked up, though, so things are a little spread out now. Maybe this will calm things down. Oh, 47's hung out to dry in the middle.
Oh! As a 47 at Kirk, he's in a very dangerous spot, the danger zone, as I like to say here at Daytona. He's holding it down, though, keeping it together. He knows how to work that middle lane. He's racing for the lead. We're 3 wide for the lead.
And Duke's got a lap back. He's now on the tail end of a lap down.
Yeah, but he might need to get out of the way of the leaders here. If we go 3 wide, again, behind David Duke, that is treacherous territory there, Tim. You can't afford to have one of those leaders possibly. David Duke, the driver, that would be a lap down if we leader by him here. As we come off of 2, I understand having to hold on to position. You're hoping for that caution flag to come up, but you also don't want to cause chaos here at the top side of the grid as we're down the backstretch into 3.
Man, and you've got, once again, Blanchard and Duke up here trying to get back on the lead lap as they're fighting really hard. Team in number 78.
Side by side, Tim, this race is heating up here at Daytona. It is hot enough down here in Florida. We don't need this race to be any hotter as we head into 1. We're side by side with the race lead. Oh no! They're wrecking! They're wrecking into the entry of the corner!
Oh, man.
David Duke absolutely gets thrown around. He collects some other drivers there. We'll have to see if there's any heavy damage to anybody else. Wow, big wreck for David Duke there. He was racing with the leaders. We mentioned he's trying to stay on the lead lap. Man, what a pile up here.
I'm trying to see what... Oh, man. Goodness, so 78 spins, comes back up the track. Oh, Joey gets him, and so does the 4. 51 makes it. Broadfoot makes it. The 54 goes through the grass to avoid. You know, this is. I'm glad I don't have TJ Moore's job tonight, because this might be a difficult one. Maybe. I think if I was race control, I think I'd have to give it to the 78 for the cause of the caution, because, and this is where things get difficult, because the 20 holds his line, the 78 comes up just a little bit. There is net code, but he would have hit him either way. That is a hard call, but it could very well be put down as a racing incident. That's tough.
Yeah, that's and you can see where the arrow is just pushing that car, or grabbing that car, trying to pull it up to the top side of the racetrack.
Yeah.
And David Duke, oh man, you know, it's just one of those things, that 50-50 opportunity. You know, you're trying to fight to stay on the lead lap, then you don't want to cause what that caused right there. And fortunately and unfortunately, David Duke wrecks his race car, but he doesn't collect anybody on the top side of the grid. So that's the fortunate part of that. But then we've reached the halfway mark here in the Thank You Veterans 200.
Oh, yes, we have. Everybody coming down pit road. Everybody wants. Looks like a couple guys taking some 4 fresh. Ooh, the 15 and 89 almost getting each other. The 15 is going to come down pit road and take the lead here with Trevor behind him. And looks like, well, we got a tie for the biggest movers here tonight. The number 30 and the number 89 right now, both up 11 spots.
Yeah, and they've been up there since the drop of the green flag. Really, though, you know, Carruthers done a great job moving up to the grid. The 89 of Ashton North as well. And Kenneth Stamper in that 30 machine has been slowly but surely creeping up through that top 10. You know, the 89 has been a staple. On the flip side of that, the 30, this is now the only time we've seen him inside of the top 5. So done a great job moving through the grid. Has a lap time so far of a 40.069. So pretty quick around the racetrack. We'll see here with fresher tires if he's able to sustain that same speed.
Right now, looks like, I'm trying to see who would have got the lucky dog there. I think Blanchard is going to be the lucky dog. I think he's only one lap down now. As he tries to make his way back up.
As Joey Doucette still down pit road. AJ Carthen still down pit road. Here comes Joey Doucette off of pit road. Clayton Hack still on pit road. David Duke as well. David Duke involved in that latest caution big time, as it looks like Hunter Parsons will now head down pit road, as well as the one machine of Travis Kreibenborg.
They're probably coming down there to top off, because you never know. You know, one of these things could just stay green, which you know, big possibility here. Crazy. This has been a wild ride here tonight, Will, and I think, let me see how many, what is our caution count? I believe it is, this is our 4th caution of the night. And we have not had stage breaks. It's just been straight racing. We've seen a lot of 3 wide and 2 wide racing tonight, and we're only halfway done, Will.
Yeah, absolutely. And I believe, to answer that question that we were talking about earlier, Tim, I believe it's unlimited fast repairs. Doesn't look like anybody is out of this race, although David Duke will be multiple laps down, as well as Clayton Hack down there as well. Some drivers, though, getting their laps back. As you mentioned, Chris Blanchard, the lucky dog.
They both have retired, because I can't even click on their cars anymore. So I do believe that they may not even be in the server anymore.
Well, there we go. 2 retirees so far here as David Duke. Oh, there we go. Scoring pylon is now updated. David Duke Hack out of this race. Domen right there. Chris Blanchard still that lap down there, Tim, as we're getting ready to get things rock and rolling once again here in the Veterans. Thank you, Veterans 200.
Yeah, this coming back to the green flag here. Lap 40 in the books. We're officially halfway through this one, as Dustin in that number 15 takes the lead on that inside lane, and now we see what lane is going to get lined up, and looks like that outside lane is really going to get together. We got Doucette up there, Blanchard coming, Parsons coming. Whoa, the 89 dives to the inside.
That was a big move out of the 89 at Ashenarth to get down to the low side of the racetrack. There's the 47 of Kirk there on the high side. Here comes Joey Doucette as well in the 13. The 30 of Stamper on the low side. They're pushing each other along. As you see the 88 machine in that Cowboys paint scheme. That must be CeeDee Lamb or Michael Irvin across that start-finish line into 1.
I don't know my Cowboys numbers. I see 88. I just think of Marvin Harrison. But that's the wrong white and blue team. There's somebody we've not talked about a lot tonight, is that number 30. He's been quiet. I keep seeing him make his way up to the front, and he's just kind of been working with everybody and making his way up front and making friends along the way.
Yeah, and that's what you need to do here in a money race. Make as many friends as possible. You know, as Biggie Smalls once said, mo money, mo problems. But here in this race, you want to try to find as many friends to take away those problems. As the 89 of Ashenarth has found some friends here at the top side of the grid, one of which is the 47 machine of Kirk, as now the 89 leads the field into 1.
Question is that 89 stick with that 47. So far he is. He believes that that is the better way to go. Blanchard now looking to see where he's going to go. I would imagine that Blanchard is probably going to jump back to the outside here Maybe. Maybe not. I think Blanchard might think that he can push things past that outside lane. These are pretty even right now up front.
There.
It's amazing to me right now, Will, that these two are able to actually get around first place. That inside lane has so many more cars, but they're just not linked up together right now. It's leaving the door open.
It is, as we come off with two. The cars that are locked together is our top 4 in the racetrack as we're 2 by 2 down the backstretch here, 44 laps in. Thank you, Veterans 200 here at Daytona. 5 on 10 for broadcasting as Carruthers there. He's going to get a little loose, slung in the danger zone.
You know, I thought that 47 was going to try to go to the way outside there for a second. Wasn't sure what his intention was, but that hurt that outside lane as they now are starting to fall back from those leaders.
Yeah, you can't afford to do that here. You have to stay locked in this pod on the racetrack as we have the 89 blinked out for just a moment. The 47 of Kirk will stay behind as we come off at 2. The drivers are getting a little loose when we come off of that corner down the backstretch now.
And the 89 and 47 still powering through that outside lane. Looks like they're about to clear that 15. Oh, but the 15's coming back. Being pushed by that number 30 of Stamper. And just behind him is Blanchard. Blanchard's just trying to hang around to be the lucky dog. He's really probably not going to be making any crazy moves until he has to.
Yeah, I don't think so either here on 46 laps in here into the corner. This 47 of Kirk. He's sliding up the racetrack, though, trying to square up with the 89 to push him along off of 2. Carruthers, though, leading the way in that 15. The 30 machine of Stamper down there. The 14 is in the mix, but he is a lap down. That's Chris Blanchard. He's just working as a blocker right now. We saw the same thing out of David Duke as things are getting squirrely here off of 4.
Woo! Man, and I'm trying to figure out what Joey and Parsons are doing. They're kind of just lingering right now in let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They are in 5th and 6th. You know, they're not really coming up there to push the field at all, but you know, they're not falling too far back. As now Joey looks to be gaining on that inside lane, but now the outside is going to get some more help by that number 4 and 4. Now Parsons going to go to the outside.
Parsons down to the outside of the racetrack. In that 20, we're going to have 2 by 2 by 2 off of 4. How long can we maintain this pace? How long can we stay elbows out on the racetrack here at Daytona across that start-finish line? We're sticking down the laps here on 10 for broadcasting. Ashton North has been up at the top side of the grid all race long. Kirk has done a great job in that 47. Can it be one of these new guys here, Tim, as things are getting dicey? Oh, but oh no!
I thought that might have been scary. I saw Blanchard give the 30 a huge push, and the 30 couldn't handle it, got into the 15. And now the 4 has dropped down to the inside lane just behind Joey. But Parsons now helping that outside lane in that number 20 Hobby Lobby. Or Hobby Town. Sorry, not Hobby Lobby.
Hobby Town, Hobby Lobby. He better find his hobby quick, fast, and in a hurry, because on the top side of the racetrack, the 47 machine not liking the pushing out of the 20. You can see the 47 moving back and forth from the back bumper of the 89. Doesn't like the way the nose feels up the tail of the 47 as we're off of 2. Still the 89 being pushed on the top side of the racetrack as our race leader Carruthers stays on the low side. Carruthers there being pushed by Stamper in the 30. Oh No! There goes Stamper!
Oof.
Oh! Hard impact into the wall.
He just blew the
Flies
engine.
across the grass, blows the engine. Man.
No caution, though. He was off the track. See what happens here. Just gets a push from Blanchard.
Oof.
Hard lick to the inside.
For Blanchard, same situation as David Duke. He was a lap down in this mix. And one of those situations, Tim, you can understand it from a driver's point of view, but a competition point of view, that's when it gets a little hairy.
Man. I feel so bad for Kenneth. He's been driving so smart all night.
I don't think the danger's over, though, on the top side of the racetrack here as these drivers, although you can see that Blanchard's moved out of the top. We now have the 4 machine up here with all that heavy damage. He's in the mix here trying to stay on the lead lap. Oh, my goodness, Tim, what's going to happen off the corner? Things are getting crazy.
Man, I don't know that we can make it to lap 80 driving like this. They're just slicing and dicing all over the track. Blanchard trying to get his lap back. Right now, the 6th car on the track. Look at the back bumper of that Ford. He has been slammed so many times. They crossed the start-finish line, lap 51 right now. They're going to have to make another pit stop. Let me see, the last time they went down pit road was lap 38. So around lap 62, 64 is when they'll have to come back down for another pit stop.
Yeah, if we make it there, because you can tell here the battle for the lead is heating up. It's just going to take one false move out of these guys just to get a little loose here as the 20 machine. Hunter Parsons, he gets drifting up the racetrack. They're very dangerous territory. Oh, as he almost makes contact with Carruthers off of 4, getting very dicey here down the front stretch. We're going to make it lap 53 into 1.
Man. Right now, just a lot of these guys look like they're hanging back. You got Broadfoot back here. Travis in that number 1. Cole Larson in that number 19. Kenneth Bartholomew. Oh, and Hunter Parsons is dropping back to get behind Blanchard. Actually, I think he might be dropping back to work with Joey Doucette.
That looks to be the move here on the racetrack as the 20 now fades back to Joey Doucette, who finds himself in that 6th position. You see him working together in that 5th and 6th positions on the racetrack, see if they link up on the low side of the racetrack. But Tim, we've got to keep an eye out on the lead side of this grid as it keeps getting dicey as the 47 gets a little loose into the corner.
Gosh, that 47 just comes so close to some of these drivers every lap. He gets squirrely every time, and now the 89's come down to the inside lane. 4's come down. Could these guys be getting set up for pit stop? Then the 47 hits the 14. Blanchard saves it. He's still going, driving through the grass.
I mean, Tim, you know, I'm not one to say that this here on 10-4 broadcasting, but there's one way to get rid of lap cars. You just punt them out of the way. That's now happened 3 times in a row with lap cars that are running on the top side of the grid. They get punted off of 2.
Man. I'm not even sure that the 47 did anything. Let me get inside. Well, yeah, after watching that, 47 did come down.
There was a little, I realize you're a lap down. We're going to need you to go ahead and take your red stapler and exit the premises. because we don't like you inside the top 5 anymore. And we've seen that now 3 times in a row where these lap cars trying to stay on to the lead lap just get bounced out of the top side of the grid. But we're single file now. And Tim, you just talked about not too long ago, that is an indication that pit stops may be right around the corner.
Yeah, we're probably about 6 to 8 laps away, especially for these up front cars between that 15 and 89. They've been up front a lot. So, and there you can see they're catching Kenneth Stamper right now, who is 2 laps down. He's about to be 2 laps down.
That's correct there. When they get by the 30 machine of Stamper, that will make Kenneth Stamper 2 laps down in this race. Will join the 54 machine of Doman there, who's 2 laps down. Chris Blanchard a lap down as well. You just saw that 14 machine go for a little drive, doing a little landscaping in the grass as the field comes roaring by the 30 machine of Stamper, who will stay high side on the racetrack.
Man, and now I wonder, think about things that have happened here now with these lap down cars in the past few laps. Could that be come down to the final lap and that car is the only car behind you? You think they're going to help you get across that finish line first?
We'll have to wait and see. As we mentioned, this is a money race. These drivers are trying to get paid at the end of this race, or whatever you have to do, whatever stops you have to pull out. Tonight is the night to do it with 23 laps to go. You have to figure out, though, what's your strategy going to be for this money stop as we come off to the 47 machine of Kirk, though. Not comfortable in that 3rd spot.
Kirk's really had a solid night here tonight. Kind of has stayed out of trouble in a lot of scenarios, and you can hear he's not even all the way at the gas. He's just kind of coasting. I believe he might be trying to save fuel right now.
And with the whole field single file, that could be an indicator as well. And trust me, I know how to save fuel, Tim, whether it's on the racetrack or in real life. Sometimes when you're on E, you just gotta push it to the cheapest gas station.
That is oh so true. As you see 30 and the 54 going around these guys on the outside, they're trying to, they don't have anything, they don't need to save anything.
Now you see, we're riding on board here with Kirk in that 47. The wheel never levels out. Is that typical of a racetrack like Daytona, where you're never going to level out that wheel?
Well, to be honest, I don't know that you're ever going to level your wheel out almost anywhere. Because even if you think about Pocono with its long straightaways, there's still some sort of banking, and some drivers even drive with an offset. So, I really don't know anywhere that these guys really keep it straight. And even here, let's take a look going down the backstretch. You see he's got it just going a little bit back and forth between the left and the right, but he's offset by about, I'd say about 10 to 15 degrees.
Yeah, it's working out pretty good for him here tonight as the 47 machine finds himself in that 3rd spot. 21 laps to go here in the Thank You Veterans 200. This is a thank you, a salute. These drivers here tonight just racing and salute, having fun for the veterans here into a money race on this Veterans Day as Ashenar takes the lead there.
Man, that 47 trying to see if he's got any quicker coming to the outside. He's going to get a push from him. They come down the backstretch side by side, trying to get him back up front. I think the 47 just got tired of riding slow behind the 89 and 15.
Yeah, absolutely. As you see 47 of Kirk now losing some pace. He has to find some more help on the top side of the racetrack or get low there, Tim. Can't survive up there. There aren't any help. A great shot of that Cowboys machine of Carruthers. That 15 on the low side of the racetrack. 19 laps to go. Coming off of the corner. I suspect that those pit stops are coming here as we're down the backstretch. Ashnorth leads the way in the 89.
Man, that 47 is still trying to fight on the outside. Parsons trying to decide which lane he wants to help here. Sticking to that inside a little bit. Then he slides up to the outside. Before looking down, possibly he goes back to the outside. Parsons still playing the do-si-do. And he's going to choose the inside. Just doesn't know where he wants to go yet. As we are now will end that window of opportunity to come down pit road.
Yeah, the field now gets behind the 30 machine. There is a lap down in this race. 47 to Kirk, though, making a run on the high side of the racetrack. No help up there to help Kirk on that run. See how many positions he can get as he goes side by side with Carruthers here down the front stretch. Now trying to get back to the low side of the racetrack. Can't find that opportunity as Hunter Parsons now comes in that 20. He'll slam the door on the 47 machine, as well as Kirk will lose another spot down to 5th. He's out there all by himself.
I am surprised he's not lost even more spots out there by himself, but it looks like he's finally gonna go all the way back behind the 54 maybe. No, he's gonna fight back. Not giving up on that outside lane. Any lap, these guys will be coming down pit road. Oh no! No caution yet. No caution. No caution. Parsons keeps it going. No caution.
Caution's out.
And there it is.
Caution flag waves as Kirk and the 47 machine, the 20 of Parsons collect each other coming off of 4. Doesn't look as though any of the cars will sustain any damage, Tim, as that's that's close right there as we're off that corner.
This is going to be another one of those. Take it slow-mo here. Parsons in his lane. And the 47 just kind of gives a little bump. Both hit nothing, though. Great for both drivers. Parsons, great job on not losing this car, too.
Only thing they're going to lose there is a lot of spots, but this is going to be that opportunity to head down pit road, and I'm assuming, Tim, we'll see the entire field head down. Maybe with the exception of the 30 machine of Kenneth Stamper. What a shot here on the 10-4.
Broadfoot have tattoos in his car, too? What?
Oh, yeah.
I didn't mean to say Broadfoot. I meant to say Parsons. Wait. Is he? I don't think he has any clothes on.
As that Hobby Town machine. Now I'm starting to wonder what Hobby Town kind of hobby you could find in that store, as the 20 machine there of Hunter Parsons going to have some issues here in tonight's race. And, you know, still leading the way though in that 89 machine.
Oh yeah, he's in his birthday suit.
Ashnorth there. He's done a great job. 12 spots here in this race, Tim. And once you get up there to the top, actually, we're seeing Joey Doucette head down, Dustin Carruthers down, Cole Larson's, Travis Crime board.
Wow, why did you guys not coming down pit road? What is Trevor thinking? He's got to come down pit road. All those top 4 do. Wow. Well, this is going to be interesting unless they're going to come down this next time by. Because look, 15's already on the. He's down on the apron trying to save fuel right now. I'm unsure on this call.
As a fellow broadcaster once said, this is a bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see if it pays off. And these guys on the top side of the grid are trying those bold strategies here tonight. They would have to head down pit road here, Tim, this time around, or else that pit window will close for them, and they'll have to go the rest of the way.
This is going to be interesting to see. Looks like I got 1, 2, 3, 4 drivers who did not come down pit road. So we'll see if they come in this time. Ooh! What is the 15 doing? He cannot pass that 89 before he gets into the pits. 89 might be out of fuel. Oh man. This is very interesting, Will. Are they going to come down pit road? 89 still out. Not coming down pit road.
They are not coming down pit road. Here is the 89 of Ashton North. Justin Carruthers stays out. AJ Cawthon there in the 4. Kenneth Bartholomew staying out as well in that 4th position. These are very bold strategies. They're gambling, man. I gotta say, Tim, this is a very
not a good gamble. This is listen, Will. I have done this. I have iRaced for a very long time, and this is not good. I'm kind of speechless because I just don't know what the expectations are here. Because you can clearly see that the 89 is struggling for fuel. Maybe are they banking on another caution? Because right now, the top 4 have not been down pit road since lap 38. And that was 30 laps ago. Well, this could be a very interesting restart. Look, now the one has come down. He's one of those. Does he think he's not going to make it? Man.
Very interesting. Very interesting run now here in the Thank You Veterans 200 live on 10-4 broadcasting with myself, William Tiller, joined by Timothy Hammond. And Tim, it's been an interesting race to say the least. The 89 machine has done a great job of staying on the top side of the grid. Carruthers, Cawthon, and Bartholomew all with an interesting pit strategy here, but let's rock and roll here with 13 laps to go.
13 laps to go. Fuel mileage is definitely going to be a thing here. You may see drivers start dropping, and it may cause the big one, Will. I mean, that's what we're looking at here, possibly. Or are these 4 drivers going to dive off into pit road as they come around to the pit? Man, my brain just stopped working. Whatever that's called.
They come around to the entry of the pit road.
Hey,
here,
you
as
got pit road. That's what it's
3
called.
4 as the 89 of Ashton North leading the way, but here comes the 4 with all that damage to the back bumper. He's being pushed along by Crimenboard. Big run out of 4 for the 4 machine as he leads away.
Yeah, in these first 4, the 4 we got to watch. You see 47 dives off down to pit road. Kurt, he must have had a penalty of some sort to be coming down pit road like that. And now here we go with these
All
guys
over the
out
track.
front, battling it out. Outside lane, trying to get it together. 89's kind of pulling what we saw the Earnhardts do at Daytona. Kind of go back and forth, seeing which line's going to give him the better energy heading into the corner. He went to the outside, and it doesn't look like that may have been the best move.
Yeah, as the top side's trying to stay together. Both those guys who didn't head down pit road, trying to stay together as we're side by side across that start finish line into one. The 4 of Carthen there doing a great job. Ashton North, of course, we've seen the race. Adam hit him here tonight. He's being pushed along on the top side of the racetrack, coming off of the corner. Who's going to win this battle now with 10 laps to go?
Man, Will, I don't know. It's getting dicey up here. Almost 3 wide for third place. Parsons is thinking about it. Is Broadfoot going to go up there with him? No, and he shuts the door on the 22.
Yeah, this is going to get very dicey here. Watch those moves. Watch those elbows to come out. These drivers knows what's at stake. The top 5 pay out. That's where you need to be. As we come off of 4, we're going to make it single digits. 9 laps to go. Win the Thank You Veterans 200.
9 laps to go. There is no way that these guys are going to make it on fuel. If they do, then my calculations were totally wrong and out the window. The 4 is sideways.
Oh, no!
Oh, he saves it. Oh, I think he saves it. He's still trying to save it. The 54 is trying not to hit him. He
saved it.
Whew.
Good save.
Back up front.
Great save out of the 4 as we jump back up to the top side of the racetrack. The 89 still leading the way. Brothers there in the 15. Hunter Parsons there in the 20. Talked about the fuel mileage out of these 2 guys. Right now you have to be pushing E. That fuel needle is now below the 3rd level of the I know I'm on fumes, but as we're down the front stretch here through that Geico restart zone, making 8 laps to go into 1 as Hunter Parsons making a run for the lead.
Man, and that 19 jumped out there with him, Cole Larson, along with the number 1 of Travis. Oh, that high line's going to get it going. 3 against 2. Where's Broadfoot going to go? Is he going to help the inside lane? Is he going to go to the outside lane? He's just playing with the draft right now, and if I was Broadfoot, I would hop to that outside lane and get around these 2. Oh, they almost touched.
Parsons, though. Oh, watch out for the 20. He's on the top side of the racetrack as the 19 as we come off of 4. It's not looking good. Very, very sketchy up here. Seeing some speed wobbles down the front stretch. Hunter Parsons leading the way with 7 laps to go. Into 1. Big push out of the 19 of Larson's behind him. Larson, we haven't called out at all here tonight. Now battling out for the race lead as Hunter Parsons takes us off at 2.
Man, this is the first time Hunter Parsons has led all night. And he waited until it counted. And look, Doucette's coming, along with Blanchard. And with the 19 dives to the inside in front of the 89. He's going to try to go to the lead.
Yeah, Larson to the inside. Let's see if he can make a move. Being pushed along by the 89 of Ashton North there. Carruthers on the low side of the racetrack as well. Here comes Larson down the front stretch. He's leading momentarily. These guys are trading blows. They want this race victory. They want the cash money at the end of this race. Can we keep together? 6 laps to go. Larson leading the way.
Man, oh man, and I'm telling you, Will, if these guys make it on fuel, they gotta finish first. I will just be in awe, and I'm going to have to find out what the true fuel mileage was on these vehicles.
Absolutely. It doesn't seem like they're coasting at all. As the 89 is actually on that full gas pedal right up the back bumper of the 19. Trying to push Larson as far as he can as we'll come through this Geico restart zone. Go to the front stretch, cross the start finish line, make it 5 laps to go. Into 1. Larson leading on the low side of the racetrack, but I expect fireworks here, Tim, and I expect them soon as we come roaring into 1.
Man, with the 15 sideways, is he going to wreck? Oh! He saves it. Wow.
As the 15 machine of Carruthers goes skirting down the low side of the racetrack, he will lose the pack. 15 machine of
Blanchard's
Carruthers
on the lead lap.
As Blanchard now back on the lead lap, the 89 of Ashenarth taking us off of 4 is the race leader. Parsons, though, trying to make a run on the high side. He might have it here, Tim, as we'll go side by side into 1. 4 laps to go.
And things are getting so tight here in the closing laps. Can the 89 pull off this fuel mileage? Can Parsons get Blanchard to push him just enough? Can the 19 pull an upset?
Our race leader, as Tim mentioned, hasn't raced in the lead the entire night. Takes us off of 4. You see the Hornet's Nest behind him, though you don't want to poke that bear through the Geico restart zone. Cross the start-finish line. Throw up those 3s. Rest in peace to Dale Earnhardt, because we have 3 laps to go in the Thank You Veterans 200 as Ashenarth leads the way in the 89.
Man, and you just look at Broadfoot and Doucette. They're just kind of lurking, just waiting to make that pounce. Now that inside line has prevailed. Now the one's going to go out in front of Parsons, but Parsons like, no way, I'm not pushing you. Gets it out to 3 wide. Oh, Blanchard sticking with Parsons as the one shuffles to the back of this pack. Oh, and Parsons makes that inside squeeze. Oh no, Broadfoot. He saves it. He's still going. Question is, will that mess him up and he lose the draft?
2 laps to go. 2 laps to go in the Thank You Veterans 200 here at Daytona. The 10-4 broadcast. We've been live here on this Saturday night. It's a late night broadcast here, but it has been late night fireworks as Ashenarth trying to close up a great race. Up 12 spots is the drop of the green flag. He has just a little bit more racetrack to go as the field goes roaring by the 47 machine of Kirk, who was battling for the lead. His time is over. The time is now, though, for Larson in that 19. He wants to make a move. It has to happen now as we're off the corner through the Geico restart zone. White flag in the air.
White flag it is. No more cautions. No green, white checkered, no nothing. Is the 89 going to make it on fuel? That's my question. And who's going to help who? Is the one going to push the 20 to the win? Heck no. He's going to pass him what he can. But Blanchard's there, as well as the 19. It's anyone's race coming down the backstretch, Will.
Anybody's race into 3 and 4. We're 2 by 2 for the race lead. Who will throw that elbow? Who will move that guy out of the way? It's airtight in the apex at 3 and 4. Goes door to door as we come off the corner. Who will get the job done?
Oh, they touched. They didn't wreck, though. Hunter is just there. Oh, when they touch it, it's going to be Parsons. Parsons takes home the money, baby. That's who I picked. Yeah!
Hunter Parsons takes home the checkered flag and the Thank You Veterans 200 as Trevor Ashenarth will come home second. Travis Kronenborg will finish third as the field was wrecking down the front stretch. Hunter Parsons, huge victory here tonight in the 20.
Man, I'm waiting to see that pit crew come running out to the field, like I said. Oh, gosh.
Looking great with that pit crew, with that fire suit. Now going to burn down that hobby store machine here on the front stretch with a huge victory. Definitely going to cash out with some cold, hard cash with a race victory. And it was a great drive. I mean, just holding off the 89 machine of Trevor Ashenarth, keeping him out of victory lane. I mean, other guys in this race, and it was a very strategic race to the end of this run. And 20 machine never was really involved in any cautions either. And boy, he is loving it here on the front stretch.
He really is. Man, what a great win for Hunter Parsons. He was really quiet all night and just kind of lurked around, and finally made it happen when it counted. And he's going to take home the top prize here tonight. Will, let's go ahead and move down to the waiting room because we were having issues with getting them put into the broadcast booth. And I'm going to mute the guys that as we interview them. And I believe Will has caught up with our third place finisher here.
I have catch up with the 89 machine of Travis. And Travis, we were trying to get your last name during the broadcast, my man. Great run. You finished in third. You were up inside the top 5 majority of the night. Take us through your drive here in the Thank You Veterans 200.
Started off pretty slow. Got involved in an early wreck, but I realized just come down, get all the damage fixed, and then chill in the back until it was time to go. So that's what I did. Came out P3, not too bad. Was hoping for a little bit more, but kept it clean. Solid finish. Can't be too mad.
Did you feel like maybe coming down to those last couple of laps that if you maybe try to move to the outside or maybe pulled out a line a little bit earlier than you did, that maybe this race victory could have been yours, or were you at the right place at the right time?
I mean, yeah, definitely. I was trying to make it move a little bit earlier, but it seemed like not many people want to work and just kind of stay single file there. It's pretty hard to get up towards the front. So, yeah, it didn't go our way, obviously, but we made it work somewhat and pushed Hunter to win. Got P3. It's not too bad.
Yeah, definitely taking home some cash here tonight in the Thank You Veterans 200. And with that third place finish, not only do you get some cold hard cash in your pocket to shout out some people here tonight on this late night Saturday broadcast and those sponsors that helped you get inside the money here tonight in Thank You Veterans 200.
Yeah, I just got to thank my mom, my dad for letting me do this all the time. Stay up late. They don't matter. They just like watching it. I also got to thank my brother for spotting tonight. He did a pretty good job. That's about it, except for just got to thank you guys for broadcasting it and Brandon for putting this all together.
Absolutely, and it wouldn't be a broadcast without great runs out of yourself here tonight. That's Travis Krimenborg in that one, coming home third. We appreciate you joining us here tonight, and congratulations taking home some money here in this race.
Thank you.
And Tim, that was Travis there in that one machine coming home third. But I believe you're catching up with a man who is definitely disappointed with not taking home the checkered flag in this race. You're catching up with the 89 machine of Trevor Ashenor.
First off, I have to ask Trevor, what kind of gas mileage you getting on that thing?
Maybe if you drive a Chevy, you can get all the gas mileage you need, baby. I'm telling you right now. It's just a mixture of good strategy and fuel saving, man. You just got to know what you're doing here on these super speedways.
Man, you really pulled that off. Like I'm sitting here in the booth and I'm like, there's no way they're gonna make it to the end. There's no way. There's no way. I just kept saying it, and you proved me wrong.
I had exactly 1.5 laps left of fuel around that, if I remember right, after I crossed the start-finish line.
Man, so you have plenty to waste for a burnout then.
I sure wish I could, man. I really do.
So what made you make that call at that point to stay out or go in?
Well, so first off, me, Dustin, and Kenny, we ran this race together. We're just bouncing off of each other ideas and whatnot. And we kind of saw a trend. We went green for a long time. And of course, towards the end, people love to get racy. And there's always something bound to happen. And yeah, I just decided to stay out. We saw the fuel was right. We were going to save a little bit and then go. For a period in time there, the entire field seemed like they were saving. We were riding single file. And that's when I think Kenny got out to the front. He was a lap down and he was in front of me. And we just went fuel saving from there. and we just rode it out until that caution came out, and we looked to see how much fuel we had, and we just decided to just keep going, baby, and that's what we did.
Man, that's great. Well, congratulations on second place. I know you were really wanting to take home that win. You're up there all night. But anybody you want to give a shout out to?
I got a shout out to the KSR boys, man, back at the garage. They put it together some great cars, and shout out to Dustin and Kenny, man. They had some bad luck here towards the end, but wish I could have brought it home, man. I really wish we could have finished across that line side by side, but I just went back and watched the replay, and you know how that goes, man. Nothing you could do.
Yeah. Well, I think give Dustin one clue. He might have better luck if he didn't have a Cowboys paint scheme on.
Dog, we rag on this guy all the time about this Cowboys thing, man. All the time. But we'll tell him next time. Maybe he needs to run somebody but the Cowboys.
Maybe you should put Tom Brady on the front. Maybe.
Oh, I don't know about that one. I don't know.
I wouldn't agree with it either. But a winner is a winner. I mean, you know.
You're right. You're right. Hey, as I tell Kenny, he hates it, man. Jeff Gordon's the greatest race car driver of all time.
Amen.
He hates it when I say it.
I don't care. Nobody can tell me different.
Yes, that's right. Damn right.
Well, congratulations on your second place, and thanks for coming out tonight.
Hey, man, I appreciate you guys. I'm going to be hyped here to watch the broadcast here pretty soon. So thank you guys for the broadcast. The racing, phenomenal. And couldn't ask for anything more except for that first place win. But Hunter got it. Congrats to Hunter.
Appreciate that, man. Well, Will, that was our second place finisher. And I believe you get to you've caught up with I guess you call them the Ricky Bobby crew running across the track half naked.
Absolutely, and we could tag team this together here. Tim, we're going to unpack all the baggage that comes with the Tony Machine taking home the victory here in the Thank You Veterans 200. It is the Tony Machine of Hunter Parsons taking home the victory. And Hunter, take us through this race here tonight. And first of all, I think Tim is in love with your picture.
Oh yeah, we had the guys working out all season just to get the proper cheekage for the week that they had here tonight. Look forward to seeing them more in Nazareth, hands down. With the maybe a color change in the bikini, but we'll see.
It was chaotic. It was crazy at the end. You weren't one of the names that you really caught up throughout the race. What led to you being in the mix at the end and taking home that checkered flag?
A lot of it was, staying alive with such a small field. We had quite a few cautions, a lot of big wrecks, and kind of just felt like the last, 10, 15 laps, I had to have been the only one with a fast repair lap. So I was kind of ready to just throw it all out there and drive like Tim Hammond. So
that's my boy.
Being there at the end was just, kind of the trick to it. That's how it always comes down to in these super speedways. You just need to be alive to survive. So definitely keeping that fast repair in the back pocket was always nice to have.
Tim, anything for our winner of the Thank You Veterans 200, an incredible run to that start-finish line, being pushed across for that victory?
Well, was there a point where you were concerned that you wouldn't be able to fight for? There was a couple of wrecks around you that I was like, oh, Hunter makes it through, and you were actually my pick for the night.
Aw.
Because I've raced with you guys and I know who's going to be up front when it counts at super speedways. And if I'm not out there, I got to pick somebody else.
You would ever pick yourself?
Oh, I so would.
That's a mistake. But yeah, I definitely like these speedways. I mean, anyone can like them, anyone can be good at them, but it takes a little bit of technique to to kind of have that self-discipline on when to go and when not to go. Because I could have easily pushed just as hard for all 80 laps. I could have been like some of those guys who are knocked out on lap 30. So definitely need to have that self-discipline.
Who would you say was your main partners out here tonight?
I worked a lot with Blanchard, Joey Doucette. Unfortunately, worked with Broadfoot a little bit. You know how that goes in Nazareth. And I hope he hears this. But
he will.
So we had a good, I'm sure, we had a good group. Just kind of doing some give and take, letting know when wrecks are going down. With only, a small group here, it's pretty easy to find your teammates and hook up. But would have liked to see a green flag pit stop or two, just to kind of see how that would have shaken things out.
I was so looking forward to that. I wanted that so
that
bad.
Would have been a big separation in the field, and probably wouldn't have seen any cautions after that fact.
Yeah. Well, congratulations on your win here tonight. Anybody you want to give a shout out to?
First off, you guys for putting the broadcast on and Broadfoot, putting it all together. I didn't know about this until, a half hour before the lobby opened. So it's kind of cool to come in and, I had Broadfoot blocked on Discord. Too many messages.
That is hilarious.
So I never saw it. So it was thanks to Blanchard for showing it to me. I'm excited for Nazareth to get kicked off on Monday and talk with Will, every night in the broadcast after the race.
That ain't happening.
We'll see. And just for all the veterans for what they've done and allow us to do this.
Awesome. Well, appreciate you coming out here tonight, Hunter. You know what, Will? That's why they were all naked. Nobody had time to prepare for the race. It's like 30 minutes before.
I had to find some guys off of Daytona Beach Road.
There's a few of them down there that look like that. That's for sure.
He went to the nude beach. That's what.
I think Hammond's just upset he didn't get invited to the party.
Oh, listen, I am here. I'm here.
You're not invited though.
Oh, all right. That's okay. I'll kick Barnett out.
We'll see about that.
Well, I appreciate you coming tonight, Hunter.
So.
What'd you say? I missed
Nothing.
it. Oh.
That's fine.
Well, appreciate it, Hunter. Congratulations on your win, and we'll see you come Monday nights at Nazareth.
Oh, you will.
Well, Will, what's your closing thoughts on tonight's race?
Well, Tim, we had a little bit of everything. Caution flags in this race, they were big. We had some guys that spun out by themselves, but I think the race down to the finish line, where we had that incredible finish where we had Hunter Parsons pushed along. He beat out the 89 of Trevor Ashnorth, who ran at the top side of this grid majority of the night. For what we expected to maybe be a 50-50 race, Tim, it actually turned out to be a pretty good race, a pretty good finish at the end.
It really did, and it couldn't have been a better race back for us here at 10-4 Broadcasting. I want to thank all of our veterans that have served this country and lets us do what we do right here. We'll sit in our offices at home in totally different states, doing what we love. We love racing. And thank Brandon Broadfoot for bringing 10-4 Broadcasting in on tonight's race.
Absolutely, and I want to echo your sentiments as well. Thank you to all the veterans out there, ones that are actively serving and possibly retired from the military. Anybody that's affiliated with any military branch out there, as well as Coast Guard. Can't forget about those Coast Guard members as well, Tim. But it was a great Saturday night. As you mentioned, is the kickoff of 10-4 Broadcasting here, and I can't wait to do a few more of these with you here.
Well, I appreciate you coming on, Will, and I want to thank all of our viewers for watching here tonight. We hope you have a great night, and we will see you at the track next time.